1990 marked the end of an era and the beginning of something entirely new in music. The explosive 80s were winding down, and nobody quite knew what the 90s would bring. Vinyl was dying, cassettes were king, and CDs were the expensive new kid on the block. Today, we're going to explore every single #1 hit from this pivotal year. Let's go! Phil Collins started the year with Another Day in Paradise, and this one sparked serious debate. Collins wrote it after witnessing homelessness in Washington, D.C., where the stark contrast between power and poverty hit him hard. The song won Record of the Year at the Grammys, but Collins faced backlash for preaching about homelessness while living in luxury. What many critics missed was that Collins had quietly donated millions to homeless charities. Michael Bolton's How Am I Supposed to Live Without You has a fascinating history that few people know about. Before Bolton recorded it, the song had been written for Air Supply, rejected, then recorded by Laura Branigan as a minor hit. Bolton, who co-wrote it, finally reclaimed it for himself after over 50 artists had passed on it. The song marked Bolton's complete transformation from heavy metal screamer to adult contemporary star. Paula Abdul's Opposites Attract broke new ground in music video technology, but it also sparked controversy about credit and authenticity. The Wild Pair, who provided the male vocals, sued for proper recognition. The $1 million animation budget for MC Scat Cat was unprecedented, working from Paula's actual choreography. Now, if you lived through 1990, you probably remember exactly where you were when you first heard these songs. Share those memories in the comments below, and while you're at it, subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell too. You won't want to miss our deep dives into another amazing year in music history. Janet Jackson's Escapade emerged from the legendary Minneapolis recording sessions that produced the Rhythm Nation 1814 album. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis built the track during a brutal Minnesota winter. The song's complex rhythm pattern, which many dancers found challenging, was actually a happy accident caused by a malfunctioning drum machine. Alana Miles' Black Velvet stands as a testament to the power of persistence in the music industry. The song was rejected by 24 different record labels before Atlantic finally took a chance on it. Written as a tribute to Elvis Presley, it's full of subtle references that many listeners missed. The Delta Sunset refers to the Mississippi Delta's influence on Elvis's music, while Black Velvet refers not just to his hair, but to the painting of him that hung in Miles' childhood home. Taylor Dayne's Love Will Lead You Back represented a calculated risk in an industry that was beginning to favor image over vocal ability. Written by hitmaker Diane Warren, who is charging $100,000 per song by 1990, the track almost went to another artist due to a name confusion. Dayne recorded the song with a cold, giving her voice that distinctive rasp that became the track's signature sound. Tommy Page's I'll Be Your Everything came with an interesting industry backstory that reveals how hitmaking really worked in 1990. What made it special was the uncredited involvement of New Kids on the Block members Jordan Knight and Danny Wood. The collaboration wasn't just musical. Their manager, Dick Scott, orchestrated the whole project to help both acts. Sinead O'Connor's Nothing Compares to You transformed a little-known Prince composition into one of the decade's most memorable ballads.
Nothing compares to you.
The song's famous video, with O'Connor's tears falling during the close-up, wasn't planned. She was crying remembering her mother's death. The track was recorded in one emotional take, with producer Nellie Hooper insisting they keep the first version despite technical imperfections. Madonna's Vogue wasn't supposed to be more than a B-side for Keep It Together. Madonna drew inspiration from New York's underground ball culture, particularly the House of Extravaganza. The song faced criticism for appropriating gay culture, but it also brought voguing into the mainstream, giving many dancers from the ballroom scene their first professional opportunities. Wilson Phillips' Hold On rode the wave of harmony-rich pop that briefly dominated between the hair metal and grunge eras. Children of rock royalty, the group fought against accusations of nepotism. Producer Glenn Ballard later revealed they recorded each vocal part separately over 2 weeks, combining them digitally, a technique that was innovative for 1990 but caused problems in live performances where the group had to adapt to singing together in real time. Hey guys, if you remember watching these videos on MTV or listening to these hits on your car radio, hit that like button. Better yet, share this video with friends who'll appreciate this musical time capsule. Don't forget to subscribe. We've got more fascinating years to explore, and you won't want to miss a single story. Roxette's It Must Have Been Love became a worldwide hit thanks to the film Pretty Woman. The Swedish duo had to rewrite and re-record it for the film, removing all holiday references. Per Gessle wrote the song in his sleep, literally waking up with a chorus in his head, but couldn't convince his record label to release it internationally until the film opportunity came along. New Kids on the Block's Step by Step represented producer Maurice Starr's attempt to evolve the group's sound as they aged. The step-by-step instructions in the song were deliberately simple. Starr engineered it that way to create an instant concert participation moment. Each step in the song corresponded to a specific dance move, creating a marketing goldmine for the group's live shows and merchandise. Glenn Medeiros' collaboration with Bobby Brown, She Ain't Worth It, marked a calculated attempt to toughen up Medeiros' image. Known for the saccharine Nothing's Gonna Change My Love for You, Medeiros was struggling to shed his teen idol image. The collaboration came about through a chance meeting at a radio station. The song's production quality suffered from being rushed. Brown recorded his parts in just 45 minutes between other commitments. Mariah Carey's Vision of Love showcased what would become her signature vocal style, including the whistle register that would influence a generation of singers. Tommy Mottola, who would later become her husband, heard a demo of the song at a party and spent 2 weeks tracking down the singer. The final mix took an unprecedented 56 hours straight, with Carey insisting on re-recording the bridge multiple times until it was perfect. Sweet Sensations, If Wishes Came True. The song almost went to Gloria Estefan, but her label passed, believing it wasn't Latin enough. Lead singer Betty LeBron recorded her vocals while fighting a severe case of bronchitis, giving her voice that distinctive rasp. The production team included Little Louis Vega, who would later become a legendary house music DJ. The song's success led to tension within the group, eventually contributing to their breakup. The stories behind these hits are incredible, aren't they? Please make sure you're subscribed to our channel and hit that notification bell too. You won't want to miss our upcoming episodes about other revolutionary years in music. John Bon Jovi's Blaze of Glory came from a conversation with actor Emilio Estevez during the filming of Young Guns 2. He wrote the song in the back of a van heading to the film set and recorded a demo on his battery-powered recorder. The track featured Jeff Beck on guitar. The song's distinctive southwestern sound came from recording actual Native American drums in New Mexico. Wilson Phillips returned to number 1 with Release Me, becoming the first group since the Beatles to score 3 number-1 hits from a debut album. The song's harmonies were so complex that they had to be recorded in sections over 2 weeks. Each member recorded in isolation to achieve perfect timing, a technique that created problems when they had to perform it live. Nelson's Love and Affection made history. Matthew and Gunnar Nelson became the only twin artists to hit number 1 with their debut single and they were the third generation of their family to top the charts. Following their father Ricky and grandparents Ozzie and Harriet, the track's signature guitar sound came from using their father's 1969 Gibson Les Paul, though this wasn't discovered until after recording when they found his name etched inside the guitar case. Maxi Priest's Close to You broke barriers as the first British reggae artist to top the American charts. The song was recorded across 3 continents, drums in Jamaica, vocals in London, and the final mixing in New York. The bass line was actually played on 3 different instruments and combined, a technique that became common in reggae pop fusion, but was pretty innovative for 1990. George Michael's Praying for Time marked his dramatic shift away from his pop star image. The song addressed climate change, social inequality, and political corruption. Pretty heavy themes for a pop record in 1990. Michael refused to appear in the video or promote the song traditionally, letting the lyrics speak for themselves. James Ingram's I Don't Have the Heart almost didn't get released because Ingram thought it was too simple compared to his other work. The song was recorded in 2 takes because Ingram was convinced it was just a demo. The production team secretly kept those recordings, knowing they'd captured something special. Janet Jackson returned to number 1 with Black Cat, proving she could rock as hard as anyone. She brought in Slash from Guns N' Roses to add guitar, though his work went uncredited due to label politics. The song's raw sound came from recording the guitars through a small practice amp. Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby. Ice, Ice Baby. The song was originally a B-side and became a hit by accident when a DJ in Georgia flipped the single over. The infamous Queen David Bowie sample wasn't initially credited. Ice claimed he had added a note to the bass line that made it different, though he later admitted this wasn't true. The song was recorded in 4 hours for $8,000. Inexpensive, even by 1990 standards. Mariah Carey's second number 1 of the year, Love Takes Time, was a last-minute addition to her debut album. Columbia Records president Don Lenner heard the song and stopped the presses on her album to include it, costing the label over $500,000. And Whitney Houston's I'm Your Baby Tonight represented a deliberate attempt to give Houston a more R&B oriented sound. The song's complex vocal arrangements were inspired by Houston's gospel background, though some vocal parts were actually performed by her mother, Cissy Houston, who was uncredited. And Stevie B closed out 1990 with Because I Love You. Because I love you. A track inspired by his teenage years when a friendly mailman would secretly deliver letters between him and his girlfriend. The song's simple production belied its difficult recording process. It took 32 takes to get the vocal performance right because Stevie B kept getting emotional during the bridge. And there you have it, every number 1 hit from 1990, each with its own fascinating story. This year witnessed the last gasps of 80s excess and the emergence of new sounds that would define the 90s, and the rise of artists who would shape popular music for decades to come. Be sure you're subscribed to our channel. We've got plenty more years to explore, and trust me, the stories only get more interesting from here. Share this video with someone who lived through this remarkable year in music, and don't forget to leave a comment telling us which song brought back the strongest memories for you.